Hey friends, it's Len here at 1A Auto. Today I'm working on a 2015 Chevy Equinox. We're going to be removing the ambient air temp sensor. It'll be a very easy job. I want to be the guy that shows you how to do it. If you need any parts, you can always check us out at 1AAuto.com. Thanks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this little plastic plate off of here. There's some push clips. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. The center of these pulls up from the outer part of it. I'll show you what it looks like here. That's what they look like. So when you have the center pushed in, it forces those two sides out, which holds it in the hole, okay? So that's why you lift up the center part, it relieves pressure, and this thing can squish and slides right out of the hole, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing for all of these. Just a little spot you can try to get your tool into. I'm using my little forky tool. You can use whatever you've got. Pocket screwdriver usually works pretty well. Set these aside. Sometimes they come apart, that's okay. We'll just shove it back together. Easy peasy. Okay, so we've got those four out. See if I can grab this plastic, wiggle it around, see what's holding it in. And now that we get this side off, we're gonna do the same to the other side of the vehicle, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start removing the rest of the bumper cover. There we go, that one out of the way. So now we're gonna remove these. These are Torx bits, little T20s. Okay, like little stars. This is what the tool looks like. Put it in here, turn it to the left, zip them all out. I'm gonna leave one in. I'm just gonna have it loose though. That's just gonna make it so the bumper cover stays on while we continue down at the bottom there. And you know, it'll hold it up for us. That's what those look like. They're all the same. You got the one that's still there, of course. This can move around a little bit. Perfect. Let's move along. So we're going to do some push clips here. We got a push clip right there. Okay. There's going to be another one right in front of this tire. Right there. Here. And here. After we remove those, there's a T20 and a T20 there. Same tool that we used up top, we're going to use down bottom. Okay. So I got my little forky tool. I got a little pocket screwdriver. Just gonna see about trying to pull out the centers of these push clips. I showed you how they worked already. I'll show you again, just in case. When it was closed, it was like that. I just go in between, pull out the center, and then it unlocks the little edges there. So here we go. We got that one. We'll move down the line. Grab this guy. Okay. This one's going to be a little harder to get to because of the tire, but I'm sure it can be done. Okay, got our push clips. We'll set it aside. Got our T20. Here, here. They both look the same. Easy peasy, can't mix them up. That feels pretty great. Take a peek under here. We've got that bolt right there. I'm gonna grab the size for that real quick. I'll let you know what it is. Once we get that out, we're gonna do the same exact thing for the other side of the vehicle, and then we'll lift it up more and we'll grab everything from underneath. All right, so we got our 7mm. Gonna blast this out of here. There it is. Set that aside. Okay, and give that a little tug. Perfect. So now, like I said, we're gonna go do the same exact thing on the other side of the vehicle. We'll raise it up. We'll continue on releasing the rest of this bumper cover. Disconnect the fog lights, of course, and then we should be clear to bring it back down and pop it all right off. So under here, we've got our fog light assemblies. You can see them from the back side. We've got some wiring that goes to the bulb. We're just going to turn the bulb to the left, counterclockwise, until it stops. And then we're going to carefully pull it out. Let's see. We'll give it a quick inspection. We got our rubber seal there. Slide it back over. It's easy enough. Should be easy enough without the flashlight in my hand. There it is. Cool. All right. So something to note, you want to be very careful not to touch on that glass, especially if you've got oily hands or anything like that. Even gloves isn't really the best to touch the glass, so if you can avoid it, that's always great. Take a look, see if it looks like it's black in any way, or discolored, or swollen, or the filament inside looks like it's got any like crusty buildups on it. If that was the case, you'd want to replace it. And right on the back of the bulb, you can see what the bulb number is. It's an H11 on this particular vehicle. So I'm sure it is on yours as well if you're working on the same thing. I'm just going to leave this down to dangle. Funny word, but anyway, I'm going to leave it so it can hang like that. And I'm going to do the same to the other side, and then we'll just go ahead and we'll remove a couple more bolts here, get the lower part of this thing moving, and then we'll go ahead back up top. We'll take off the last bolt, and we should be able to slide this right off. So here we go. This part right here is part of the inner wheel well that we're taking apart up there. So we want to remove these two bolts. We're going to continue with our 7mm. Turn these to the left, obviously. And right along. This little electric tool is amazing. Slides out. Clear, come off. Got a little triangle here, okay? So when you pull it off, you can see. That just means when you're putting it back together, that triangle is going to go back under there, okay? Just holds it. You can put your bolts back in. Easy peasy, okay? Cool. So this is wobbling around pretty easily now. I would say we're clear to bring it back down, and we'll start pulling it off. Here we go. Time for our last bolt up top here. We're going to hold our bumper cover. Make sure it doesn't want to come loose too much on us until we can figure out exactly what's going on. Now don't forget we have our fog lamp bulbs just hanging under there, okay? So the less that we jiggle this around, probably the better overall. Let's see if I can get this off. There we are. Now we've removed our front bumper cover. So here we are. We've got our ambient air temp sensor right here. You could probably get to it without possibly taking off the whole bumper cover. We're doing multiple videos on this vehicle, so you know, we have it off. I'm just showing you where it is. You could probably come in like this, do this. I don't know. It's your prerogative. This is just a visualization of showing you where it is, how to remove it, check it out, replace it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to use my little forky tool and pull it out of there. And there it is. Okay. We'll check our wiring. I don't see any funny colors in there, no rainbow colors or rust or anything like that. It looks fine. So perfect. We're clear to move on. So here we go. We've got our ambient air temp sensor. Goes right in the hole right here. Just push it right in. Take our little clip with the lock. We already checked it. There's no funny colors. Clips right in. There it is. Easy peasy. So here we go. We've got our bumper cover. We're going to lift it up on here. We're going to be careful of these edges to make sure that they don't go hitting up against the fender. You know, I mean, this one's a little damaged, but that wasn't me, by the way. Just playing. It really wasn't though. Anyway, I'm just going to keep those edges low. And I'm just going to scoop the top in up here. Just get it kind of settled in. I'm going to start a couple of these bolts just to hold it for me. And then I'm going to work my way along the edges there. Get everything settled in along the top. And then I'll go down to the bottom. and do the same thing. So what size is this? 20. Torx bit 20. We'll keep it loose, just in case we have to move some stuff around, right? Just want to make sure that it can't fall down, hit the floor. Like I said, I'm keeping all these loose. I'm just starting them in so I can move everything around as I need to, okay? Nice and loose. Okay, let's come along here. Right up along the headlamp, we have the little scoops, right? And you come over here, you got a little clip, 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 okay? So that's where your bumper's gonna wanna ride in. So you're gonna need to bring it up, bring it right up along your headlamp. The bumper cover itself has all these little slots in it, right? That's where those clips are gonna wanna ride. So you're probably gonna need to give it a little tug just to get it into where it needs to go. Looking good. We'll do the same thing to the other side. All right, so we've got the bumper all lined up. It looks great. Couldn't ask for better, really. I'm just gonna take my Torx bit 20, snug these puppies up. Very nice. All right, now let's lift it up to a working height so we can get to those wheel wells. We'll get all those put together, then we'll bring it all the way up. We'll plug in our fog lights and finish up along the bottom. All right, so we remember that we had the 1 7mm head bolt. Goes right up through here, right? Goes through the bottom of the bumper cover, up into the fender. So just use my little tool. You can use a ratchet, whatever you got. I'm just gonna find the hole here. There it is. Nice and snug. Okay. Grab this. Slide it back into position here. Okay. So now, when we look at it, you can see behind there, there's a metal piece. That's where there's a screw. This one's just a big gaping hole. That's a plug, screw, hole, hole, hole. All right. So let's see what we got for parts. We got 2 screws. Perfect. I remember saying we needed 2 screws, and we got 4 little push clips. So we didn't lose anything. We're doing all right. There we are. Let's do the push clips first, because they'll kind of keep everything kind of generally speaking where it should be, right? And then, you know, we can worry about putting in all those screws after. Here we go. So 2 screws. I'm just gonna grab my little Torx bit. I got it right here. Sticking with my 20, okay? Turn the wheel. No, I'm not. See if I can get this in. I'm gonna grab a ratchet. I'll finish that one off in 1 second. There we are. Okay, grab my ratchet. Feels great. Okay, all those are still in. Perfect, we'll do the same to the other wheel well, and then we'll bring it up and continue. So now we're gonna put in our fog lamps. Once again, we're gonna be very careful not to touch that glass, okay? We'll just check them one more time, make sure the filament's not broken. We did a lot of moving around. I'm just gonna take it, put it up in here. I'm gonna start by going all the way as far counterclockwise as I can, and then I'm gonna turn it to the right so it locks in. It should be straight up and down in the locked in position, okay? So I'll come over, I'll do the same thing over here. Check it, looks pretty great. The filament's not broken, nothing moving around. I didn't touch the glass. I'm gonna bring it over. I'm gonna turn it all the way counterclockwise as far as I can until it grabs. I'm going to bring it back to the right. Once it sets in, I'll bring it down. It's locked. It's in the straight up and down position. All ears are in. Cool. So now we're going to grab this. We got our little triangle ear here. It's going to slide over that, just like this. Sets in. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. We've got 2 bolts. Okay? Easy peasy. All right, so I've got my bolts. I'm just gonna take them, and I'm just gonna put them in. There. This one. Here. This one. Very nice. Everything feels great. We'll bring it back down. We'll finish up with the top, and we should be all done. Okay, so now it's time to put these up along the top, right? Got our little clips here, right? Like I said, if you looked at this and you didn't see the metal clip, it's probably inside these holes right here. If that was the case, you'd want to just take them out, okay? You can use something like a pocket screwdriver or whatever you have to do. Get them out of there. Put them back on this, okay? You can't just go ahead and put this plastic into those metal clips if they're down there. They just don't like to work that way. So anyway, we're gonna line up these with these holes. Being careful not to scratch any of our paint. Just like always, we're trying real hard to do a good job here. It slides under there. This up here. Our holes lined up. Just give it a little bonk. Bonk, bonk. This slid in there. Okay. We've got 4 push clips. One here, one there, here, and there. Okay? You can do them in any order. You do you, boo-boo. Slide them in. And then push in the center. Okay? Slide it in, push in the center. Go on to the last, slide it in, push in the center. This under here should go right in there. Very nice. Okay, get this puppy lined up. There's just a little hole in it right there. That slides over this, okay? It's just kind of like a rain drip guard type of deal. Here we are. Looks pretty great. We'll do the same to the other side, and then we're all set.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1AAuto.com, your place for DIY auto repairs, for great parts, great service, and more content.